Hi, I'm Jörgen Persson, Swedish head coach of the men's team, and I would like to say a big welcome to all players at the World Youth Festival in Hungary.
And we're following up with some questions on Swedish table tennis, and you had a fantastic, successful 2022 World Championships. How do you rate Swedish table tennis for the moment, looking at the men's side?
At the moment, it's looking really good. Yeah, we had fantastic Houston. It was more than 25 years ago we had that success, and it was of course a big achievement, but also a lot of hard work and a lot of work from all coaches. And Swedish table tennis is an old tradition sport here, and I think we came back little on the right track, and it paid off with this big success in Houston.
You used Stellan Bengtsson, your friend, and as an experienced coach. Can you give us a little bit of an update on him and why you choose to change the coaching setup?
Yeah, of course it's important with his knowledge, and I know him for a very long time. He was my role model when I grew up. So of course that meant a lot for me, and also he helped me during my career. He always gave me a lot of tips, and we spoke a lot about table tennis, and we speak also the same way, how to develop the Swedish way to play and like this. So it was really fantastic to work with him again. I have not been working with him as coaching since 2005 in Qatar, when we were coaching at Aspire there for 1 year. So it was directly in my mind when it came to America, and I heard World Championship would be in Houston. That was my first selection to take Stellan, because also with his energy, and he's a fantastic person, and so it was obviously for me to take him. And it was quite funny also because the players have never met him. They only knew about him, but they never meet him in person. So it was a great meeting when we first met up in Houston. It was the first time they saw Stellan. But it was a big success, and for me it was also very fun to work with him again.
The makeup of your team, you had success both in men's double with Mattias Falk and Christian Karlsson, and also in singles with the young Truls Margaard. How important was that to have all these players achieving something?
Yes, for the team and the group, it's important. We saw 2 years before that when Mattias was in final in Budapest in the singles. So we spoke after that. I said the other players also, you can see it's possible to do this, because it was little from, if you go back to our old times with the Swedish national team, I knew when Valna, Appelgren or Lind, when they won titles, I knew I also could win. Yes, I think that's important for the group. And I think that they saw, like Mattias went to final, it's possible, because when we speak, like Mattias, he never won Swedish championships in singles, but he goes to World Championships finals, So I think that put a good, for the team, they saw everything is possible. And of course, that we succeeded in doubles, and that Truls, the young guy, went to finals. It was a very special moment. Of course, with Christian and Mattias, they have the potential. They have been showing in Europeans and in the Worlds also. They had a lot of good opportunities, but they never won a title. So for them, it was really huge to be able to win this time.
Do you think the success of the World Championships in Houston helps to lift the sport in Sweden, and with young players and so on coming through? Do you believe in that effect?
Yes, I certainly hope so, because I remember from my old time when I grew up, it's important with success. When you get success, you get more media attention and people speaking about table tennis again. So you can notice when you're walking in the city, and you have a team again, can beat all the best players. So that's really important. Success you need to have, because if not, you fall in sleep little, because table tennis is not like, if you compare with football, it's every day in the media like this, but now we have more media attention, so it helps a lot. And for the future, I think that also young players will see they want to be maybe a Falk Karlsson or a Murregård or a Kjellberg or anything. Yeah, so that's really important for us here in Sweden.
Of course, as a national coach in Sweden, you follow players, also young players in Sweden, and you look at the talent that we have. Do you see any difference in how you become a good player today and comparing to before in terms of practice and management and so on?
I think it's important to keep the model, but of course the Swedish model we have with the clubs, that all young players grow up, you start in the club. I still think that's important because that's the main thing, that you work with the coaches there. But of course you see that it's going maybe a little more individual like this, but I'm certainly sure that the Swedish way of playing in the clubs and working as a team is the key point, yeah, and that's really important also for the future, that it's difficult to become good alone. Yeah, you need to work as a team.
And we see many young players now competing in under 13, even under 11 on international stage. How would you see those players progress? Let's say you're a very good player, you're winning everything, 11, 13 and so on. You still see it's such a important part to work long term?
No, yeah, of course it's important, but it's always good to start winning, I think, when you're young. Because it's you get the winning mentality, and of course, if it always goes like this, you will always get a little drop. I mean, it cannot always go just like this, yeah. And especially maybe when you're coming up to 15, 16, 17, I mean, some players develop a little later also than others, yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot of different things happening there, yeah? But you must have patience also. I think it's a key point also. If you have a lot of success when you're young, maybe it will drop little when you're getting, 16, 17, 18, yeah? But to continue to work and have this, put small goals in front of you is also important.
A player like Truls Murregård, many people are looking up to him now as a young role model for up and coming European players. Can you explain a little bit what makes him sort of more dangerous for senior level players? And we have seen him putting up good results lately, and why is that?
No, but he's playing, he have this all-round playing style. He can do a lot of different shots. He can play attack, he can play on defense, yeah. And he have a lot of fantasy in his game. He wants to try also, and he have a lot of, he wants to develop his game also all the time, and that's really important. Even if he now was playing a World Championship finals, he's very eager to get better, always working on small things, yeah. So that's really important, and his game is very difficult to read also, so that makes him so good.
Can you say that he combines skill set and then execution, meaning that he decides, okay, I'm going to follow this tactic, and he's doing it with good variation? Would you say that that's also part of his mental toughness?
Yeah, I think so. That's for sure. I mean, he started in a young age and have been competing a lot, yeah. Also here in Sweden, a lot of tournaments. He's not afraid to play tournaments and always, try to win, of course, yeah. So it makes him a strong player and also difficult, and he's able to change his game during matches. So it makes him very strong.
Another good player is Anton Kjellberg. Sweden, if we look at the younger guys coming up, and hopefully they will be strong in the future. A little bit on him. What makes him such a good, successful player, especially in the European League system, where he's racking up winning matches in Bundesliga on a daily basis?
No, but we have this young, and I think they are also competing. He's in a good environment there to play in the Bundesliga. He went there in a very early age, also to play a lot of games, and his toughness is getting better and better. And of course, it's a little same is that there is no shortcuts. You have to work hard, yeah. And Anton is working very hard, and I think also for all the players who are listening to this, I mean, there is no shortcuts that I can tell you for 100%. You have to have fun, but also in the end, it's to work hard and have small goals and put it on. Yeah, I have noticed when I was playing, there was a lot of young, good players, same level as me, yeah, but some of them try the shortcuts and it's not working. It's hard work, yeah. So that's the key point, I think.
Is that the daily commitment to becoming a good player is so important? You know, every day go to practice and have that in your mind to do whatever you can to become a good player.
Yeah, I think it's important to go, yeah, to have this, but also it's not easy. It's important not to forget to have some other fun. I mean, I did other sports also, which, I mean, when we speak 11, 12, I played football, I played little tennis. I mean, it's also possible. I think it's really important that you don't forget to make other things, but go to the practice. Of course, it's also with the table tennis, it's a key point. But have fun also and try to have fantasy. So it's not always like working very hard. It can be, sometimes you can have little more fun table tennis to make little more, yeah, like funny exercise. There's different ways to practice that. Yes.
If you look at the game overall, I mean, let's say today, especially on the boy side, we can speak about the female later, but let's say on the boy side that the game of power and everybody's looking for power, and we had such a period of time now when everybody is doing the check flip and playing very aggressive. Do you see that continuing, or do you see maybe through a guy like Truls that the variation, changing, speed, spin, placement is coming back a little bit with the good players?
I think and I hope, yeah, because that makes table tennis when that not everybody's playing the same way. I mean, if you can change the game little and be able to not always play on speed, also use the speed. I think it's also important during the games. Yeah, and yeah, see little variation. And of course, Tur is one of these players who is doing that a lot. And now with his success, I think it can be a mind changer for many players in many countries to be able to see that it's not always speed and like this. But the end, I still think the speed is of course important when you see table tennis today.
You say many times when we look at the practice here in Sweden that they're not able to block the ball or defend and so on. How important would you say it is to practice two ways, meaning that you have an attack drill, but you also are active on sort of improving your skills to defend or block in a good way?
Yeah, that's one of my key parts, what I'm working with very hard, yeah, that both sides should be active on the exercise and like this, yeah, because that's more, it makes it more like in the game. I mean, it's difficult to make the speed all the time. You have to be able to also to defend yourself, yeah, so that's why, that's one of my key issues when I have the practice, that both sides should be active.
Also, we have in Sweden, if you look at the young girls, some exciting young female players coming up. Can you reflect a little bit on the progress of key Swedish players like Linda Bergström, Stina Kjellberg, and also some very exciting young girls now coming at the age of 10, 11 and so on?
No, but it's little same as I said in the beginning with the men. And now we have Linda and Stina, yeah. And for the young players, the young girls, to see that it's possible to achieve something in the world and get to the Olympics like Linda and Stina did now. It's very important for the girls table tennis in Sweden that they see it's achievable. So of course it means a lot that they also get their own role models. So it's looking much brighter for Swedish table tennis also on the women's side and the girls' side. So we are hoping for a new Falk Karlsson or Truls, that they will get the same success at the next World Championships or European Championships, of course.
And up and coming European Championships in 2023 is in Sweden, in Malmö Arena. Would you wish for 2 medals, maybe a gold medal in both categories?
Yeah, of course, it's team, yeah. So of course that's the goal for the Swedish team, to go and win medal. In men, we want to have, of course, gold is always more fun to win, but and a medal for the girls, yeah, but that will be the goals. And of course, I wish all players now at the World Youth Festival a big good luck, enjoy and play good, and if you don't win, there is more chances to come, yeah, so just have, yeah, play good and have fun.